Hello, this is a introduction to A Child's Book of the Seasons by Arthur Ransome. Arthur Ransome, a English author and journalist, born in 1884, died in 1967, best known for the Swallows and Amazon series of children books about the school holiday adventure of children, mostly in the Lake District and Norfolk Broads. I am not covering that series in the near future because this is all a part of my 1901 project, which is 1901 is the year my grandfather was born, and I am reading stuff around his birth, so from 1890 to 1910. Thus, he doesn't fall in there, but. One of his earliest books is this one, A Child's Book of the Seasons, which he was actually commissioned to do by Anthony Traherne. Only 3 of the 6 planned volumes were published before the publisher went bankrupt. Arthur Ransome was an interesting fellow, children's book author. The other thing that I found about him that seemed interesting was he published some literary biographies and literary critical biographies. One was of Edgar Allan Poe in 1910, so I theoretically could do that one if I really get into all things Arthur Ransome at this point in my reading. The other was a one on Oscar Wilde, which he got sued over by Lord Alfred Douglas, who is also known as Boise Douglas, an English poet and journalist and lover of Oscar Wilde. Yes, Ransome was sued over that biography by Douglas. He did win. It did seem to ruin his health, but he did win. Actually, he won, and then he removed. In apparently the second edition, he removed the material that had so upset Douglas, and he also refused to do any interviews or kind of publicity for the book. Basically, kind of finding this whole situation pretty horrendous. And I think he was going to do a work on Robert Louis Stevenson, but ended up abandoning that in its first draft, and it wasn't actually rediscovered until 1999, and then published in whatever form it was in 2011. So this is going to be a short little dip into Arthur Ransome, and there's some other works of his. I think they talk about his actual first kind of important book was a Bohemian in London in 1907, where he introduces the history of the city's Bohemian literary and artistic communities. So I might go to that either next or I'll add that to my list of works within this period to read either out loud or to myself, but as just kind of accumulating works in this period, which is the goal of my 1901 project. So this is the nature books for children by Arthur Ransome.